What's going on, YouTube? Thank you so much for joining me today. As always, we always start off with a great big thank you to all the men and women in all branches of service. Thank you so much for doing what you do, so the rest of us are free to do what we do. Second, advocacy people. I'm a vapor. Vaping is in my daily life, and it's under fire. They're trying to take it away from us, so we got to keep fighting. There's always all kinds of links down below for things that we can do. Okay, so in my last video, I mentioned that I was gonna tell the story of learning how to drive a manual transmission, or back in the day, a standard transmission, or lots of people here call it a stick shift. And I understand people across the pond, they hate that. I think they just call it a manual over there. Hell, I don't know. I don't live there. Anyways, so here's the story of 15-year-old me learning how to drive a manual transmission in my dad's buddy's rail-style dune buggy with an old Volkswagen engine in the back. So we're up at the cabin and goofing off, and I'm 15, and my dad, well, you want to drive? You want to learn how to drive? I'm like, yeah, of course I want to learn how to drive. So we get started, and if you've ever had to learn, you know that the gas and the clutch, there's kind of a balance of feathering the two there, and if you get it right, you take off smooth. If you don't get it right, lots of times you stall, or if the engine doesn't stall, then it starts jerking all over the place, and so I did a little bit of that, and I did some stalling, and but I actually got the taking off fairly quickly. It was, I made some mistakes, and it wasn't a smooth ride all the time, but I caught the hang of starting off pretty easily. And we're in this dune buggy, and we're cruising through the trails, and I'm just, I'm thinking I'm the shit. I'm 15 years old, man, and I'm driving a dune buggy out in the woods, man. This is the greatest. And so my dad and I, we're going, and I've gotten better at my starts, and I'm going a little faster, and he's telling me to slow down, and I'm thinking, man, Dad, this sucks. I don't want to go slow. I want to go fast. And we're having a great time, and I've actually done quite well, but I ain't been driving very long, so I've had no real opportunity to learn about downshifting for the proper gear in a turn. I learned how to downshift and push the clutch in and stop, but we come up to this part in the trail where we're going to take a right-hand turn, and it's not a 90-degree turn. It's actually probably back like this, and we're coming up this way, so I got to make the bend like this. So I slowed down, and I get down into second, and I don't know what I'm doing. I think I've got that this will work just fine, and I'll be able to just make it around the bend, and everything's gonna be hunky-dory. And as we're coming up, my dad's telling me, he's like, all right, come on, downshift, get down into the first gear, get down into the first gear. I'm still in second gear. I can make it. I got this. I don't got this. So start around the corner, and I'm obviously going too fast. Well, I realized I'm going too fast, so I hit the brake. What should I have done? Should have hit the clutch too. I didn't hit the clutch. Okay, so now the engine's struggling to keep us going because I'm in the wrong gear. I'm trying to slow us down farther because I'm still going too damn fast. And now I'm officially off the trail in my turn, and now we're kind of off into the side. We're bouncing around, and I'm probably before this, but this is about the time that I remember my dad going, clutch, 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 clutch. And I'm still not listening. I got this. And now we are 100% off the trail. There is not a part of the dune buggy actually on the trail. And we're bouncing through, and there's this little sapling that's up in front of us on the side of the trail. And my dad at this point is just hollering, clutch, 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 brake, clutch. Well, I got my damn foot on the brake, but it ain't fucking working because I still ain't pushed in the clutch. And, so we're finally coming up, and we hit this tiny little sapling, and it comes down and teepees over on top of the dune buggy. And I don't remember if I actually ever pushed in the clutch or if we hit this tiny little sapling and the buggy just finally stalled, which you know would have hoped that it would have stalled with my feet on the brakes, but that didn't work. And yeah, so here comes this little sapling, comes down, and the buggy's not running. Again, I don't remember if it finally stalled or what. It probably stalled out since it wasn't running. And my dad looks over at me and he says, "Next time push in the clutch." And so we get out and we take this little sapling off the buggy and inspect the buggy and make sure that I didn't, totally fuck it up. Thankfully, it was a sapling, so, we didn't hurt the buggy at all. The tree, on the other hand, yeah, I killed the tree. It was completely uprooted and broken, and there was no saving it. But that's my adventure in first learning how to drive. By the way, I didn't get to drive back to the cabin. In fact, I pretty much didn't get to drive the rest of that weekend. But that's me 28 years ago. 15-year-old version of me learning how to drive manual transmission in a dune buggy. Anyways, that's my story. Remember, keep on fighting, keep on vaping.